Guys, a little update on the Jeep J10. I just finished the driver's side floor almost. There is a little bit of, see that little patch, that little hole right there, and then there's another little tiny one right there where my finger is. And then I got to finish this strip. It's about to fall on me. I got to finish this strip. I got to put it back in there. And then I'm done with the driver's side. The passenger side is already done. I keep running out of welding wire. Man, it's so much welding. Uses so much wire. Maybe if I was a little bit better of a welder, it wouldn't use so much. But I mean, with flux core, like I said, you have to zap it, a little bit at a time. And I've blown holes through it multiple times, so I had to fill in the holes. And of course, some of my cuts for the metal weren't perfect, so I had gaps like this, so I had to weld the gap, if that makes sense. So it uses so much welding wire. I've gone through 7 spools of wire on this Jeep so far. That includes the frame back here that I did. So that's like $175 in welding wire. Just to give you an example, this Jeep was $800, so I've used almost $200 in welding wire. So I've used like a quarter of what this Jeep actually costed just for the wire. It's crazy. But anyway, so this side I'll finish when I get some more wire. The only thing I have to do is I have to, I already marked it. You can't see it, but I marked where the mounting holes are for the bench seat. Now, oddly, there is no hole back here. You'd figure these two, they're supposed to have some kind of nuts or something in there for the seat, like they do on that side, but they don't. So I'm just going to have to put the seat down, mark it with a pen where I want it, or at least to line up with this hole. And then I'm going to have to drill a hole all the way through and weld a nut to the floor support and use a long bolt for the seat. Not a big deal, but this side, same thing. I welded over the seat mounts, so I have to find them underneath and drill a hole through the floor to get back to the mounts. Not a big deal though. So anyway, let me get to the other side over here. I'll show you what I did. So I painted this side. I said I was going to take a flap disc and flap disc all the welds flat. That just would take too much time, and to be honest, it's going to throw metal shavings everywhere. Not that they're already, this is all metal shavings anyway, but it's just going to throw it all over the place, and I don't want to deal with that right now. So this is not going to be a show car unless I strike the lottery. So it's just going to be my truck that I drive around. It's going to probably turn heads because nobody's ever seen a J10 before, I bet you. But once the carpet that I buy is in here and the seat is in there, you're never, ever going to see it. I will never see it. I mean, I haven't seen the welds on my Wagoneer in the last 7 years now. So anyway, the only welds I did cut with a flap disc were the ones right here on the rocker, or the top of the rocker, because you will see that when the door is open. There will be a piece of trim right here, but regardless, you're still going to see, the welds. So I had to grind those down with a flap disc, and I painted over that. Yeah, I got some paint on the white right here. I really don't care because there was some rust on the tip, or the edge, I should say, that I ground down with a flap disc. Eventually, I'm going to maybe touch that up with some white, you know what I mean? Tape it off and touch it up with some white. Doesn't matter, really. But anyway, goddamn radio is so much static. So this side is done. That side I need to get more wire to finish, and then I need to clean up the welds, get all the dust and the slag off of them, and then paint that side. When the paint over here is done, and I used, let me turn this radio off. This is, the static in here is insane. So I used a rust reformer. I probably didn't have to, but the reason why I did is because some spots, like the edges, had rust, some didn't. They were perfectly clean metal. So I used rust reformer. It's expensive paint, but I really don't care. I've had good luck with this stuff, and I just don't want any rust to come back. So when this dries, I'm debating on using a Flex Seal. I have a can of Flex Seal right there. As my seam sealer, if that makes sense. You know, I don't mind painting Flex Seal over the welds because the welds are clean. You know what I mean? It's probably never ever going to rust. But like I said before in prior videos, your welds are never going to be perfect. There's always going to be a little pinhole somewhere. I just don't want water to randomly get up even through a pinhole. You know what I mean? So I'm debating. What do you guys think? Should I paint it with Flex Seal, use it like a seam sealer over the welds, or should I just leave the paint alone? Of course, the top coat of paint is going to be this blue. I'm debating on using this blue or not because, like, see, it kind of matches. You know, it's pretty close to the original paint. You know, the blue in this Jeep is like baby blue, you know, darker blue, kind of a navy blue. There's so many blues in here. I don't know if it matches the floor, though. See, that's the thing. The floor is kind of the darker navy blue, so... Maybe I shouldn't use this blue. What do you guys think? Should I put the blue over there, or should I find a different shade of blue to kind of match? Regardless of the carpet being in there or not, I kind of at least want the paint to match a little bit. You know what I mean? So... But anyway, that's the progress of the Jeep. Floor done. This one is like 99% done. Finally done with this interior, at least for welding. When I put the seat in and clean this all up or whatever, I'm actually going to deep clean the interior. I'm going to, you know, scrub down the vinyl doors, scrub down the paint right here, clean up the door handles, clean up the dash, you know, all of that stuff. You know, the steering wheel. I'm going to wipe down the seat, you know, clean that off or whatever. I'm never really going to drive this Jeep for a while because I have to clean the carburetor next and then work on the bed. But I kind of want a clean interior. I want to see what it looks like when it's nice and clean. I've actually never seen this clean, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, I'll let you guys go. I don't want to make a long video like I usually do. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.